how do you do that without just hiring more people? And I'll give you a very simple example. We work with a healthcare provider up in Edinburgh. They grew 15% year on year in the last 12 months. They did not spend a single pound on marketing to achieve that growth. They achieved 15% growth just from within their existing patient body. They saw 14% growth from patients who hadn't visited in 2 months, 9% growth from patients who hadn't visited in 3 months. And here's the number that totally blows my mind: 48% growth from patients who hadn't visited in 6 months. 48% growth by comparison to the year before. Cost of acquisition, no new ads, no new spend, purely focusing on optimization inside of the bucket. How do we keep people there? And how do we allow the practice to grow? Because now the clinic is saying, okay, I've got a system in place that's going to keep the value inside. Now I can start putting more stuff up on the top and seeing that trickle through in a way that's really high value.
So essentially, you were suggesting, directly or indirectly, the investment should go or prioritize to existing patient body, right? Because ultimately there has to be some more work, net new work to be done with existing versus net new, right?
100%.
But it's a question of which one is more effective.
I think there's that great saying from a lot of investors that first-time business owners focus on acquisition, second-time business owners focus on retention. And that is true in venture capital and technology startups. It is true in a healthcare clinic. When you invest in acquisition, you have this addiction to bringing in value, quick wins. But if they don't stay, if you don't capture maximum value from that acquisition, then you're just pouring value down the drain. Eventually it goes, and the economics don't work. One patient coming back for an extra 2 visits is probably worth more than 10 patients coming in for 1 visit. They know you, the reputation and trust are there, the value that you can deliver to them is already in place, that relationship exists. Optimization in the patient body is always the starting point. And it's often something that clinics will overlook. They will jump. They will say, I need new, because that's the behavior that's trained when you open your doors. You've got no patients. So the thing that gets the lights on, the thing that gets you to starting out, to survival, to stability, is new patients. But the thing that moves you from survival and stability into growth, optionality, trust, reputation is not the new patients. It's actually your existing patient body. And once that's in place and managed correctly, then you can layer on. We have a healthcare